We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. We are about to start talking about some real sugar honey iced tea that has shaken. I'm trying to figure out the past tense of shake. What's the shake and bake? Like, just ridiculous. It's early, guys. Give me a pass. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. That's the only price of admission for our live streams. Also consider sharing this video by hitting the share button below the video, copying the link, sharing it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, X, and make sure you tag me wherever you decide to share it. I see y'all are saying it's shook. It's shook. Shaking. Is it shaking or shook? Is it both? They're saying it's both. Let me know where you're watching this from as well. What city, state you're in, what country you're in, what country you're in. Hold on one second, guys. What country you're in, if you're watching it from on your way to work or on your television, on your phones, just let me know that. That would be very helpful so I can dial in and know how to get at you a little better and communicate with you a little better. The white Afrikaners are causing a whole lot of mischief in our country right now because of racism, because of discrimination, because our country has an issue with colorism here, and we choose to focus on the bull sugar honey iced tea rather than focus on what's going to make us better as a nation. Everybody wants this whole Me Too thing. Fair. Everybody wants things to be fair. Everyone wants to point at what hasn't been done for them and what's being done for somebody else. It's like little kids. They got a juice box. We didn't get a juice box. They got a toy in their Happy Meal. We didn't get a toy in our Happy Meal. And it's absolutely foolish. So at the end of the day, what I'm realizing is that to a lot of people, human lives really don't matter. It really don't matter, man. It really don't. We about to really get into it, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of you probably will unsubscribe from the channel today because of my thoughts on this whole African refugee thing. Just saying. All right. DJ, thank you so much for pulling up. I got people in Maryland, man. It's good to know that we got local people here pulling up. We got Outside AC from NJ from New Jersey. We got Andre from York, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Andre from York, Pennsylvania. We got Crystal in Central Texas. Telling y'all, man, we got people from all over the world. And no, this is not a do-rag. It's a lock sock. Okay. And I have it on because it's comfy. I'm like, man, who's this ghetto dude reporting the news with a do-rag on? It's not a do-rag. But I understand the sentiment. We got Illinois up in here. Shout out to Chicago. We got Massachusetts. PA. We got where else? Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, guys. Pull up. North Dakota up in here. North Dakota is up in here. Okay, let me just go and jump into it. I am extremely grateful to be here today. I'm just going to let you know that right now. I thank God for waking me up this morning, giving me another day to get it right. blessing me with his grace and with his mercy. And I pray that you all and your families are well and that you're in good health, that your significant others are, your children are, and that your friends, family, relatives, and co-workers are as well. Um, we need to wish the best on one another and stop with all this back and forth bickering BS that we're doing. Um, the United States is a phenomenal country, but we won't allow it to be as great as it could be because we want to act childish. We want to act selfish. We want to be selfish, right? We want to be ignorant. Yesterday, this week, these last couple of weeks was huge for Trump. Some major accomplishments, some things that are happening that are moving our country forward. But all I'm seeing from CNN specifically is they choose to focus on the one thing that will keep on separating us, and that's race talk. Anything about race, bro. Let's talk about race. And when forget that we've been saying for the last few months that Trump messed up by trying to force China to do something that they will never do. And they were actually hoping that China won that trade war. They were hoping and praying that anything any other president from around the world could do, any other world leader could do that will make Trump look bad, they was hoping that it happened. But then when it turns out that what Trump is doing is a good thing. Canada's new prime minister come over here, shake Trump hand. They have a great meeting, and they're mad about that. They don't report the positivity of that. Um, China backs up and says, "You know what, Trump, you got it, bro. What do you want us to do? You want us to pay some tariffs? Fine, we'll do whatever you want us to do. Just save our country. Save us, please." CNN's not reporting on that. They're not. They're having conversations, but they're pointing out all of the wrong that's happening around our country rather than the positivity. It's ridiculous. It's almost like, this is just me, it's almost like there are a bunch of people in our country who want to see us fall, want to see us fail, are rooting for some type of reboot where we all just fade away and there's a restart or something like that. It's like they hate our nation. They hate us. They just can't wait for something bad to happen under this presidency so that they can get back into power. Because if things remain positive, then what's the use of voting Democrat in 4 years? And that's how they're looking at things. And I understand it. It's politics. I get it. They're trying to save their hides. They're trying to save their job. All I'm saying is, I believe, and I might be wrong. I believe honest reporting will save their jobs. I believe that honest reporting, honest journalism will put them in a better position to extend their reach, bring in more viewership, and I guess position them to do great things in the near future, and put them in a good standing with regard to their relationship with the president and this administration. That's how I look at things. But let me not be naive. I get it. When there's a Democratic president in office, all the right do, all the Republicans do is point out the negative things about the current administration if it's a Democratic administration. That's the same thing the left is doing. So that being said, I can't really hold them to a different standard. If you all do the same thing when Biden's president and now that Trump's president, they're doing the exact same thing that you all were doing, that we were doing while Biden was in office. Now, did we want Trump? Or did we want Biden to succeed? I don't think everybody wanted Biden to succeed, but I wanted Biden to succeed because Biden was our president. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted. But that's not how that go in this country, man. A lot of people just rooting for who they're rooting for, and they don't care about demise at all. So we're about to jump into it. This is going to be a phenomenal live stream. Tijuana border jumper, thank you so much for pulling up. Love the positive attitude. That's all I got, man. That's honestly all I got. To be honest with you, that's all we got. We got optimism. We got love. We got, you know what I mean? We gotta support our neighbors. You know what I mean? Support our citizens. Support our country first, and then we can help other people. And as far as, I'm not going to give it away, but let's just go ahead and get into it. Thank you so much for the super chat. And also, before we move forward, I want to say, if you are a content creator, business owner, artist, or coach, I want you to reach out to me, because I have put something together that will help you out with regards to your production on your channel, your YouTube channels, and it will help you save time, and it will boost your brand, and we can have some one-on-ones as well. Reach out to me with the word or acronym VIP so that I can hook you up. All right. I want to save you some time so you can spend more time with your family, man, and you can bring in more money to your family. All right. So reach out to me with the word VIP, acronym VIP, and let's get into it. All right. Enough of being a salesman. All right. So here's the rundown. And shout out to Treebeard. Shout out to Treebeard for always being so helpful. We're going to talk about the Trump's tax bill to remove tax and tips on and overtime. We're going to talk about the Newark ICE facility protests that got violent. We're going to talk about this whole white Afrikaners granted refugee status facing backlash from the Episcopal Church. They're facing backlash, and Trump is facing backlash from Black Americans because of this whole white African thing. It's, bruh, you won't believe the type of stuff that I've been hearing, man. Oh, Lord. We're going to talk about the DNC voids David Hogg's election as party's vice chair. We're also going to talk about the U.S.-China tariff deal, the update on that tariff deal, and a couple other things as well. We're going to cover a couple other things as well. So let's go and jump into it. The first up to bat is this whole Afrikaner thing. Ugh. I'm almost dreading getting into this.
Their checks and balances in that land, just like.
Let's get into it. This is a conversation that they had on CNN. Let's get it.
And part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans. And so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land, just like we do. And that is for them to, so if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
these refugees are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland. And part of that is that the people who are native,
trying to get them to go back to their original countries. They don't want them to come here. This is something that they fail to acknowledge. They fail to acknowledge the genocide that's happening in there right now. I came across this video that was heartbreaking, but unfortunately, they will never share anything like this. Here is thousands, bro, of unalived South African farmers, South African men and women and children. Thousands laid out in the form of a freaking cross. And this is something that our people will not acknowledge. You see this right here? This is in South Africa. All of those white crosses you see represent white people who are being killed in Africa, who have been killed in Africa. These people have been doing concerts, celebrating and encouraging the unaliving of white people in their country, specifically. When you see this right here, you can't unsee it. This is why I'm showing it to you. This is also something that CNN will never air on their channel, on their network. And the reason why they won't is because it will crush their argument. This is something that they don't want Democrats to see. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hip y'all to something. This is something they absolutely don't care about, to be honest. They don't have hearts. I'm keeping it a buck. They don't have hearts, man. They don't have feelings. They don't have emotions. They don't have real empathy. All they want to do is win. They don't care about this at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's just one row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, bro, that's just one row going across. 11 crosses going across, like hundreds of crosses going upward into another huge cross. Come on, man. How can a people that have gone through slavery not look at this and say, yo, this is wrong? We should do something about it. How come we wouldn't do that? It's because we don't care about people anymore. We just care about what's fair. Are they black or are they white, the people we're bringing over here? Oh, they white? Then they can stay where they are. Also, have we considered this? The people that come over here, did they go through the due process in order to get here? Did they apply to become refugees? Did they wait until they were approved before they came over here? Did they do all of those things first? Or did they just barge their ways over our borders and demand that we help them? And were they backed by people in our country who support this type of BS? These are actual lives lost right here. Actual lives lost, man. This is not a game. This is not a game right here. So that's where we are right now. Let me tell y'all exactly what's happening. So all right, let me pull this up. Where are you? Thank you. All right, so the white Afrikaners, all right? So the U.S. welcomed 49 white South Afrikaners at Dulles International Airport. Here is the video of the white Afrikaners who were brought over here. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. It's early, and it's early, and the brother is just waking up, man. I'm like, come on, man. Hold on 1 second. Dulles. All right, so they were brought in here from Dulles Airport. Here they are right here. People are hating on this like crazy, bro. They're hating on this, man. How dare they wave American flags when they coming in here? What in the world is wrong with these people? They look so dangerous. They about to tear our country up, man. They about to daggone start unaliving women and children. Look how dangerous they look. I'm fearful for my life. I'm fearful for my life. I don't trust that white baby. I don't trust that white baby. I'm fearful for my life. I don't trust none of these. I don't trust none of these white people. They're coming over here to steal our jobs and take our women. That's what they coming over here to do. Look at them. Look how dangerous they look. Look at them. They're dangerous. Hide your wife and hide your kids. I don't trust nothing that they're about to do. Nothing. Look at them. They're dangerous. How can we trust them? Huh?
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America. It is
And all of them are holding American flags. How dare they come over here and try to be patriotic? What in the world is wrong with them? What in the world is wrong with these people? Good morning, Coach. I am loving the morning Vantage. Shout out to Weezy. Much love to you, Weezy. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you. All right, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the morning Vantage as well.
an honor for us to
All these dangerous white people, man.
This is the land of the free, and we know that all of you have faced. I'm Chris Landau. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the Deputy Secretary of State.
Hold up. Did y'all hear what the white baby just now said? Ah, man, it was racist. It was so racist. It was racist.
Of the United States. This is my friend Troy Edgar.
Yeah, I'm the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Again, welcome. It's so great to have you guys here.
I know you've gone through a long flight. I cannot believe there are babies and children who are actually so well behaved. This is much better than mine.
All right, so let me just break this down to you right quick. All right, so hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold your horses. Now, I told y'all before that a lot of you might be upset with me with some of the things that I might have to say about the Afrikaners. Okay, you ready? Here we go. I want us to keep that same energy that we had when we were bringing over other people from other countries. All right. We were talking about what are we doing with putting $1,400 per family? I mean, putting $1,400 in people's pockets in other countries when they come over here. Why? What are we doing? Why are we giving them money? Huh? Why are we putting money in their pocket and putting them in shelter, putting them in brand new hotels, putting them in apartments and putting them in shelters that American citizens could be in? Y'all remember us saying that, right? And when I was saying those type of things, you guys was posting it, you were sharing it, you were loving on it and everything. You remember that, right? Don't backtrack now. Don't try to leave. Don't you dare try to leave. We're going to talk about this. All right. So we were saying America first. And if there's anybody from other countries that we bring in here, we will take care of them, but we will not go above and beyond and treat them better than we treat American citizens. Here's the word on the street. The word on the street is not only are we bringing these refugees over from South Africa, but we are giving them their own land. Because they're farmers, we're bringing them over here so that they can farm. We're bringing them over here so that they can help the country and all this other stuff. And I get that. They're going to be put to work. But guys, I want you to understand this. They have their own land. There are Americans who have been busting their tails for generations and don't have their own land. And I'm not talking about black, white, Hispanic. It don't matter. I'm talking about Americans, period. If you're a refugee and you come over here, then you're over here. You're safe. Now you have an opportunity, just like anybody else, to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Isn't that what we teach other Americans? So why in the world are we bringing people over here and just giving them land? We brought them over here. We saved them. They're safe now. Now they get to fend for themselves. The same way other refugees, other immigrants fend for themselves. As far as giving them land, I am completely against that. I know they're farmers. They do amazing things. I just now saw this one post, and shout out to my man Treebeard for giving me this right here. I just now saw this one post of hold on one second. Let me just show you some of the benefits that these guys do. I gotta read this to you, man, because it's important. It's important. It's thoroughly important, actually. All right, let me pull this back up. Where in the world is it, man? Come on, man. Get your life together, boy. Get your life together, boy. Come on now, boy. Get your life together there, boy. Get your life together there, boy. All right, so here are some of the things that they've been doing in Africa before they came over. All right, so check this out. And some of y'all are about to be upset with me, but I don't know why, because we're all American citizens and we should be putting Americans first. Now, here's something that they said that the white farmers were doing in South Africa. They produced 95.3% of all corn, 96% of soybean, 99% of the wheat, 98% of the cotton, 97% of the citrus, 99% of the potatoes, 91% of the tomatoes, 89% of the wool, 60% of the cattle, 96% of all poultry in South Africa. They can do some phenomenal things here in the United States. Is this a business move? Will we get a return for our investment? Absolutely, we will. You know what? My original statement, I believe that we're putting them to work so that we can get something from them, and we're putting them in position so that they can produce what they was producing in Africa. I am saying things right now that's going against my original argument, but it does not look right, guys. I'm just saying, it's not a good look for our country. It really isn't, because there are people who are like, wait a minute, time out. Are you saying that these people deserve to come here and get land and homes for their families, all of them? They pretty much have their own little small cities that we're putting them in, while they get to work and they take care of them. They're going to be living the dream on day one coming to America. I don't think they have the right to live the American dream on day one. I think they should have to work for it just like anyone else. And working for it is not saying, okay, guys, so we're going to put you on this dry land and you're going to have to figure it out for yourselves. You're going to have to go out there and apply for jobs. You got to go out there and this, that, and other. That's called figuring it out and working for it and going after it for yourself. Putting them on land and giving them all the tools and everything that they possibly need so that they can succeed. Anyone could flourish in that environment, in my opinion. If you put anyone in that environment and you give them the space, the land, the opportunity, the tools, the resources that they need to survive and flourish, they will flourish. They would do great. They would do phenomenal things. This is what they would do. Not only farmers, but anybody, anyone. You put somebody in a truck and give them some tools, they got a business. You put somebody in a home and give them everything that they need, they're good. This is what we're doing for these Afrikaners. And when the Democrats see this, especially when Black people see it, it's not a good look. I'm just saying, it really isn't a good look. So it's going to cause more division in this country. So be prepared for it. Don't be surprised. It's happening. And we're doing it to ourselves, because there were many other people from many other nations that we were bringing over here that all of us were complaining about. All of us was pissed off about. We were speaking against it ad nauseum. And now we have other people coming here. We're all for it. They were being unalived there. They were being targeted there. 80,000 people passed away over there, were targeted and unalived. So we need to bring them over here. We brought them over here, and now we're about to put them to work. Yeah. Let me see what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. King Mike, wow, I'm shocked. This is actually a fair point. I really thought you were going to defend this with your whole heart. Bruh, I'm a fair person, man. But thank you so much for the super chat, King Mike. Appreciate you, brother. Mark Gadetti. They got low interest loans, and the land was not given. They got low interest loans that they can only pay back once they make money. They can't pay it back until, like, we own their land, we own their tools, we own this, we own that. They got to work it off and pay it back. And they're definitely going to do that. All I'm saying is, most people that we put in that position and we give them the tools and resources to do so, they will more than likely be able to pay it back because they have everything necessary to do so. So yes, they got low interest loans, but what do American citizens have to go through in order to get a low interest loan? What does an American citizen with a business have to go through in order to get a business loan, or what you call it, guys? Like, it's so many different things, like resources, that if we receive them, we will be very successful. But we got refugees receiving this on day one, It's not a good look. And no matter how long we talk about this, it's not a good look. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The very first time I talked about this, which was months ago, my X channel almost came to a screeching halt. If you're watching me on X right now, please make sure you like this, you repost this, you share it. But I'm letting you know this right now. When I very first talked about this, I lost a lot of support on X. I was not being pushed anymore because I said that this is not a good look. I love the fact that we're saving these people from genocide. I love that when we save anybody from genocide, if we're in a position, we're the greatest nation in the world, then we have that responsibility. What does the Bible say? To whom much is given, much is required. Much is given to us. We're American citizens. We're in the greatest nation in the world. So we have to help other people. This is our obligation. This is our job. This is our duty. Not only do we help the people who are here, but most people who are here are living abundantly. Most people who are living in the slums and poor in our country are still living better than people in most other countries. And I'm talking about in their worst areas, in our worst neighborhoods, our worst cities. We're still living better than the majority of the world. So we have a bit of comfort and liberties that we don't acknowledge because we're so busy complaining and pointing the finger and trying to outdo the next person. And that's the part that I don't fully understand. I don't agree with. I don't appreciate. And that's where I am right now. I just think that we need to be fair all across the board. And right now, the way that we're bringing the Afrikaners over here and giving them their own land and giving them low interest loans and everything else that they possibly need so that they can survive, bro, that's exactly what American citizens are saying. People who have been born here on this soil, people who have been, as soon as they were able, going out there, getting jobs, going to school, doing things the right way, and just could not get past that hump, couldn't get past that barrier. They wanted to start a business. They can't get a loan. They can't get a low interest loan like we're giving to these Afrikaners. Couldn't get any of that. And yet we're looking at a bunch of other people who are getting that. And that's unfortunate for other people. I'm just saying we need to be sensible about this. Hey guys, sorry for continuing to wipe my nose and all this, blow my nose and stuff, but my allergies is kicking my butt. My silly tail got outside and decided to cut the grass yesterday because I didn't think that the grass people were coming. And all I did was cut my front lawn because my battery ran out on my lawnmower. Yeah, I got a battery operated lawnmower. I'm one of those entitled and spoiled Americans who pay other people to cut my grass. But for the meantime, in between time, I cut it just before they come because my grass was getting pretty long. And I cut it. It was looking good. And I came downstairs and started doing work. And next thing you know, I hear my landscapers outside doing their thing. And my landscaper just so happened to be a married couple. Is a black woman and a white man. Yeah, a black woman and a white man. That's my landscapers. And shout out to them. They do an amazing job, by the way. Thank you so much for the super chat. Grok says they aren't getting land. Grok is lying, Angel. They are getting land. They're getting land to do exactly what they were doing in Africa, which is produce every single thing that I just now read, which is corn, soybeans, wheat, cotton, citrus, potatoes, tomatoes, wool, cattle, and poultry, because that's something that's definitely necessary in our country. Farmers are supported heavily in our country, but unfortunately, they wasn't getting the funding necessary in order for them to be able to produce the way that they once did. Farming became extremely high. A lot of farmers were losing their land and all this other stuff. And that's the thing too. You got a lot of farmers, like people who are already doing this, that have been failing at a high clip because of the economy and other things. And yet we're bringing over new farmers like, yo, do your thing. We're going to give you a low interest loan. We're going to give you this, and this. Feel free to correct me, guys. Y'all know I'm not beyond correction. And Grok is not telling a lie. I'm playing on that. I don't know if that's true or not. But if you said you asked Grok and Grok said that they're not getting any land, then I guess they're not getting any land. I guess we're just putting them up in the same hotels that we were putting the Venezuelans, the Mexicans, the Haitians, and all the other immigrants that were coming here before. And we're going to be treating them like they're going to get $1,400 in their pocket. Is that what they're doing? We're going to put the same amount of money that we were putting in those people pockets, or are they getting low interest loans? What are we doing for them? Don't know. So it's all speculative, guys. Thank you, Angel, for the super chat. The loans came from banks, not from the government. I wish I could share videos that the media doesn't show, revealing the brutality Afrikaners are experiencing in South Africa. No need, brother. No need. We don't need to see brutal beatings or unalivings or slayings of people in order to fully understand what's happening in Africa. What's most important is we have a president that's willing to do something about it. And I don't mind that at all. What I do mind is how we do something about it. How we do something about it with them is how I would expect us to do something about other immigrants who are coming here as well. Because here's something that we have. We have, on one hand, immigrants being kicked out of here en masse right now. Like, get out. You don't belong here. You don't have your paperwork. You've been working here for 10 years. You've been living here for 10 years and sometimes 15, but you didn't get your stuff together fast enough. So you got to go and get. But now, on the other hand, we got a bunch of people that we're bringing over here saying, we're saving you, man. We realize that you and your people were going through some crazy things. We'll bring you over here. Come on over here. Come on over here, man. Y'all are safe over here. Welcome to America. Now we let them fend for themselves. That's what we're supposed to do. We give them the resources necessary so that they can survive, so that they can live. That just means have a roof over their head, some food to eat, and some money to be able to do, I guess, some small until they can get on their feet. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't show them any extra favor outside of that at all. It's not our job to replenish whatever they lost. That's just what I'm saying. We can't replace their family members. We can't replace their stock or their farming equipment or all that other stuff that they lost in Africa. But what we can do is bring them over here and say, you are loved. You're going through something right now. You're children of God. And we put the Most High before anything we do over here in the United States. So welcome home, brothers and sisters. That's what we can do. All right. But I would expect us to do that with all immigrants. And if we're not going to do that with all immigrants who are going through something in their countries, bro, then we have a conversation here. Like we cook them with grease. All right. So thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. I told y'all, a lot of y'all gonna be, listen, this is one of them type of conversations. And if you are one of those people that if I don't agree with you, you automatically get pissed and start stomping your feet and want to block me and all that other stuff, then we're not supposed to be connected anyway. So thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate you. Shane, chat needs to calm down before Angel get their tail. Okay, what's the chat saying? What is the chat saying? What is the chat saying, guys? What's the chat saying? Okay, is there an argument? Is there beef going on? Is there beef going on or something? And here's the thing. I don't think Trump is wrong for bringing them over here. I don't. More than 80,000 people have been unalived over there in South Africa, bro, for simply being white. And when if that happened to black people, we will be crying. We will be like pissed off. So cut that out, man. Cut that out. Y'all already know what it is. I don't mind us being there to help people who are going through their own sugar honey iced tea in their countries, man. So I think we need to get away from this whole it's right if it's white, is wrong if it's black type of thing, and black people trying to cape for other people who have a little bit of melanin in their skin, even if we don't relate to them, even if we don't freaking really care. We're just looking at the color of it. And then we look at our own communities and we don't give a damn about our own communities. Make that make sense. Niggas are being shot right now in blue cities all over the place. But we don't give a damn about that. We're just looking at this. Oh, man, I can't believe you bringing these people in because they white. Come on now. Relax. Relax. We can do better than that. We can definitely do better than that. All right. So I see that y'all are, don't be beefing, and stop beefing inside of the chat. All right. Where's B? Hey, B, get it together. Get them people together, man. Get the people together, please. I appreciate you. Let me see. Okay, let me see here. And I see, can y'all be respectful to one another? Be respectful to one another in the chat, guys. All right. All right, y'all get it together, because y'all, I don't want y'all, no, I would much rather, you know what I mean? Let's move on. Let's have another conversation, because y'all can't y'all grown and y'all can't handle a conversation. Like, y'all just want to fight and argue, and that makes absolutely no sense to me. So if you are one of those people who just cannot handle a conversation without getting all emotional and being disrespectful to other people who have a difference of opinion, I would rather you leave. You know what I mean? I would rather you go somewhere where you can be salty by yourself, where you can sulk in your own disdain by yourself. All right. You can be sad by yourself, upset by yourself, rather than bringing that here and effing up our chat, man. Don't do that. All right. Because no need to get this nasty with one another because there's a difference of opinion. All right. At the end of the day, let's continue to look into it. Let's look into what's happening and come up with our opinions that way. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have touched on this topic first. All right. Let's go to something a little bit more fun. Because y'all are something. Y'all are something, bro. Y'all like, man, forget that. I forget what you're talking about. All right. So we have a situation right here. And thank you so much for the super chat, Sean. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? I appreciate what you do as well. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Y'all are something else, man. Y'all are something else. Also, I will say this before I move on. I want to let y'all know this, guys. TDS is real, but is real on both sides. Trump derangement syndrome and Trump deriding syndrome. Sometimes Trump will do things that's not the best thing to do. Let's just call it what it is. It is what it is. It's not going to be a good look for the whole everybody. It's not going to be a good look for everybody. Will this situation of him bringing white Afrikaners over here, or Afrikaners, let's not say white, right? Let's say Afrikaners, because all you see on CNN is they're bringing white people over here. What about all the black people and brown people that they're getting rid of and they're tackling and they're separating from their families and all this other stuff? All these brown and black people they're getting rid of, but then they want to go out there and save a whole bunch of white people. Just that's how it's being painted. All right. Does that make sense to you? You ain't got to agree with it, but is it one of them things where you like, okay, I see what they're saying. I get it if you say it that way. You know what I mean? I just want y'all to understand. I don't want anybody to agree with me. I can care less about anybody agreeing with me. All right. So here is a flight carrying a group of 59 white South Africans granted refugee status by the Trump administration arrived in the United States on Monday. They were the first people to be granted refugee status by the Trump administration and are not expected to be the last Afrikaners to come to the U.S. The South Africans, including children, were greeted upon their arrival at Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia by U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau and Department of Homeland Security Deputy Secretary Troy Edgar. Guys, this is happening It's actually a good thing. Calm down. Calm down. This is a good thing. God will be pleased that we are helping people escape being slain for simply being white. Can I say that again? God will be pleased that we are helping people from being unalived for simply being white. That's it. Can we at least agree with that? Can we? No? All right, then let's move on to something because y'all are something else, man. I swear to goodness. In other news, all right, Trump's tax bill to remove the child tax credit, tax on tips. He got a child tax credit and MAGA savings account. And what's in the GOP bill? All right, so let me go and share this so we can get through this right here, man. Y'all have been something else, man. Y'all throwing me off this morning. I need some new energy. Somebody, I don't care, white or black, they're being persecuted. Catherine, I'm just saying it matters. It matters, Catherine. You know what I mean? This is something that this is where our country is right now. It actually matters. It does. And the reason why it matters is that's the reason why they're being slain. They're being slain because of the color of their skin. And because they're being slain for the color of their skin is something that we actually got to talk about. We cannot leave that out. That's the thing, guys. And I have to say that, man. Like, we always want to skip that part, but we cannot. We can't skip that part. Like, I get it that all of us are tired of this whole race this and race that. I get it. I know I am. I'm tired of it. Like, it's getting on my damn nerves for real. But at the end of the day, you cannot say, I don't want to talk about if they're white. I don't want to talk about if they're black. The fact is, they're getting unalived. It doesn't matter if they're white or black. Yes, it does. In Africa, it matters because they wouldn't be here if they were black, because they wouldn't be killed. It wouldn't be thousands of crosses everywhere from them being unalived if they were not white. You understand what I'm saying? But I will also say this, being that, and please make this make sense, you guys are critical thinkers, all right? At least I think you are critical thinkers, but feel free to prove me wrong. If you are a critical thinker and you see a billionaire supporting a president, and then you see something directly that directly impacts that billionaire getting some type of reprieve, some type of favor, you're going to look at it sideways, just like anybody else. Just like anybody else. If Biden does something that benefits George Soros, like directly, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So yes, Elon Musk is from South Africa. These are his people. This is something that he talked about and is passionate about, and action is being taken for the South African people. People are looking at it like, wait a minute, hold up, wait, this don't look right. Is our president selling the presidency? What's going on? Yes, he received all his funding from this guy, but does he also got to do this for his people in this country where he's from and blah, blah, blah? This is the way we have conversations, because in order to understand what's happening, we got to try to at least be a little objective and say, if the shoe was on the other foot, how will we approach this conversation? If this was Biden releasing a whole bunch of people from a different country, and it was directly tied to another billionaire who supports him, you will have a daggone problem with it. Most of you would. Don't fake like you wouldn't. We're being childish here, bro. We're being childish as hell. So when you see somebody fighting back against this, and they're looking at it, and they're saying, wait a minute, this don't seem right to me, give them some grace. Understand that they're coming from a real place. Don't just deny them of an opportunity to be honest with you. Because if they're honest with you and the first thing that you're going to do is attack them, they're going to stop being honest. That's just how this works. All of us have raised children before. It's a certain type of way to communicate with them when they're trying to be honest, even if they've been bad, even if they broke something or they damaged, they hurt themselves, or they could potentially hurt somebody else. We want them to be honest so that they can be honest again, and we can build a relationship. The problem is we've picked sides, and we no longer care about building relationships anymore. We feel like the people we have on our side is all we need. We got our team already, so F you. Read between the lines. And it shouldn't be that way. Are we children of God, or aren't we? We need to allow people to have grace to be able to disagree with us. That's just how life works. It does not look right to some people in this country. And the fact that you don't see that, if you don't see that, then your eyes are closed, or you just don't want to see it. You don't want to acknowledge it. You just want your point to get across because your point is more important than their point. And we fix nothing that way. Are we going to be the people that put God, family, and country first, or what? Or are we going to continue to try to say, well, I support Trump no matter what he does, and if Biden would have done this, I wouldn't have had no problem? You're being disingenuous. You're being a liar. Period. I can't believe some of y'all will act like you wouldn't be on that soapbox if this was flipped and a Democratic president did this same exact thing. You will be having a damn aneurysm. You will be online right now, pissing, typing hard. I cannot believe our president is selling our presidency to the billionaires. I can't believe he's doing favors for George Soros and all these other billionaires. That's what you would say. Stop faking like you wouldn't. I would much rather that we try to build a community of honesty. If we're not going to build a community of honesty, then why are you here? I'm not here to meat ride Trump. I don't care about meat riding Trump. Trump is a billionaire. Trump has a great life. He has a great family. He's doing his thing. He don't need us to meat ride him. What he need us to do is hold him accountable. And if he's doing the job properly, let's show him some love and let's support him and let's let people know, yo, this is a good thing. In this country, they're clearly getting rid of people simply because they're a different color. That's wrong anywhere. We got to help them people. You mean to tell me that people who were arguing to fund and save Ukrainians, they weren't coming from a real place always? Some people was coming from a real place. People who were arguing for Palestinians, some of them were coming from a real place. Were they wrong? Probably so. But it's important that we at least give them grace to listen to them so we can have a conversation. And then we can move together. We can move forward together. We ain't got to be holding hands and skipping. We ain't got to be hugging on each other and squeezing ass. Ain't got to be no grab ass. Ain't nobody grabbing my ass. You better not grab my damn ass. Ain't nobody better get your hand out my back pocket. Don't touch nothing back there. And don't touch nothing in the front. It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I went off somewhere. I went off the rails a little bit. They wouldn't have to worry about being unalived if they weren't trying to colonize someone else's country. Okay. All right. Let's argue. Let's argue that these people came from another country and said, we're going to get rid of all of you and we're going to take what we want. Are you saying that this is history repeating itself and these people deserve whatever fate they get because they're coming over there and they're trying to take what's not theirs. Is that what you're saying? I would like to hear that argument. I would like to hear that argument. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all see that? People like when you see this comment, this is not only coming from King Mike. This is coming from not only King Mike, but from other people who agree with King Mike, think like King Mike, reason the same way King Mike reasons. And this is the angle they're looking at it. Everyone don't look at things from the same scope, the same angle. That's why you got cameras everywhere. Like you can miss something if you only see things from one lens. It's good to have it from this lens right here. This is a good lens to have it. You know what I mean? So we can discuss this. They came over there to take their land, and King Mike believed that they deserve to die. That's what he's saying. He's saying that they deserve their fate. I don't agree, but hey, if he believed that they deserve their fate, then he believed that they deserve their fate. I don't believe that at all. Not one bit. Because at some point, somebody got to be like, wait a minute. Okay, guys. All right, relax. The fight is over. Separate. There never should be a moment where you just completely get rid of everybody because you had some bad apples that wanted to take something from you. That's like somebody's son runs up in my house and try to rob me and my family. Not only do I unalive him, but I unalive his whole family because he tried to take what's mine. And I felt like that was my right to do. And you already know we don't have the right to do that. But feel free to do your thing, man. That's it's sensible, but to me, it's hateful. It's hate-filled. But I understand it. And guess what, guys? Here's the thing. Here's the one takeaway. The one takeaway is this. Here's the takeaway. It's not for us to agree. It's just for us to have the conversation and understand one another. That's it. Can you understand King Mike's point? Can you understand his point? Good. Now let's move the hell on. All right? Please do me a favor, hit the like button, gang. We only got 315 likes. We need a lot more likes. Hey, Mike, and thank you so much for taking the position that you take, because it's good to have some differing opinions inside the chat. It's, in my opinion, it's good to have differing opinions inside the chat. I don't mind having different opinions. All right, let's jump into it, guys. So, this right here is the House Republicans unveiling a sweeping tax plan that will become the central piece of President Trump's signature legislative accomplishment of his second term. One of the signature.
Congress are expected to reveal legislation this week that could break with decades of party orthodoxy. The question is whether the GOP is willing to go ahead with President Donald Trump's suggestion to raise taxes on the rich. In a Truth Social post last week, Trump said he would accept a tax increase on the rich, but acknowledged that it would be politically risky for Republicans. The House of Representatives Ways and Means Committee is due to unveil full details of tax cut legislation that would be the centerpiece of a sweeping budget package that would also raise spending on the military and border security. Last week, the panel made some details public, but without providing the outcome of the thorniest matters under debate within Republican ranks. The legislation would build on a measure enacted during Trump's first presidential term that lowered tax rates, especially for the wealthiest. This time around, Trump has privately urged House Speaker Mike Johnson to raise the tax rate on the wealthiest Americans, sources say, though publicly he has been more ambivalent. Some of the party's right flank have come out in favor of it. Also unknown at this point is whether the legislation will deliver on Trump's promises to discontinue taxes on tips, overtime pay, and Social Security retirement benefits, and whether the bill would increase the deduction for state and local taxes. That is an issue particularly important to moderate Republicans, many in coastal states, as well as to Democrats.
That's your boy right there. Timu Jeffries, Timu Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, the next in line to do some amazing things. Here are the key takeaways. All right, so the bill aims to make the 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act permanent, preserving lower income tax rates and a larger standard dedication. Deduction. Sorry about that. Also, it proposes raising the child tax credit to $2,500 per child through 2028. Then $2,000 left. Thereafter, expanding support for families. These are phenomenal things that, guess what, the left will never talk about. They will never talk about. Also, the legislation includes Trump's campaign promises to eliminate federal taxes on tips, overtime pay, and car loan interest, alongside creating a tax-advantaged MAGA savings account for children with a $1,000 government contribution. Bro, this is big. This is big news right here. This is something that we should be celebrating. But guess what? We want to focus on race, and we want to focus on the white man get this and the black man get that. The black man always getting the short end of the stick. White America ain't going to save a black man, but they'll save a white man who is over there trying to take land from a black man. The bill triples the SALT deduction cap to $30,000 for those earning $400,000 or less. But this has sparked opposition from Republicans in high tax states like New York and California. The people getting that real money-ons, the people getting that money, that real money. All right. So the package, costing at least $4.9 trillion, is partly funded by cuts to Medicaid for $880 billion, food stamps, and green energy program, raising concerns about deficit increases and political pushback. All right, so all these cuts, and you got the $2,500 per child through 2028. You have the $2,000 thereafter, expanding support of families, support for families. Then you have the MAGA savings account for children with a $1,000 government contribution. You have the deduction cap being tripled, the SALT deduction cap being tripled to $30,000 for those earning less than $400,000. And we know that this is going to cost a great deal. So there are cuts to Medicaid. Not sure how I feel about the cuts to Medicaid, but I don't know enough about Medicaid in order to feel any type of way. But there will also be cuts to food stamps. There will be cuts to green energy programs. And apparently it's raising concerns about deficit increases and political pushback. So there's that. All right. So that was something positive, man. How y'all feel about that? Or y'all still fussing about white versus black people inside the chat? Y'all still fussing about the whites versus the blacks? I can't believe the black people. Let me see here. All right. Don't worry about being on live data. All right. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, folks. Y'all see Sean. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for letting these people know what's going on. All right. And shout out to you all for pulling up this morning. I really appreciate you. You all are doing an amazing job just helping us move this forward. I think the morning Vantage is serving its purpose, but at the end of the day, I am not for all this bickering back and forth because of race, bro. I think it's BS, and I think we're better than that. That's just me. I don't know. That's just me. All right. In other news, so you have Newark ICE facility protest gets violent. So let me show y'all what's going on in that. And because they started pushing and shoving and getting a little buck nasty. but we're going to talk about it. Hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. And thank you so much for the super chat and for your respectful conversation amongst one another. I know that's a tall ask for y'all to continue to be respectful, but you know what I mean? Y'all going to do what y'all going to do anyway. Check this out.
On your face.
Okay, they singing little spirituals and whatnot. So we have that right there. So basically, here's the key takeaways for this. Approximately 50 clergy members from Faith in New Jersey, and Faith in Action blockaded the entrance to Delaney Hall, vowing to remain until arrested, resulting in 2 arrests for obstruction and resisting arrest. Protesters, including clergy, clashed with police while blocking the facility's main gate, with one officer sustaining a minor arm laceration. No other injuries were reported. The group linked arms, chanted, they sang and prayed for detainees, condemning their detention, and reportedly prevented an ambulance from entering, which some protesters dismissed as a tactic to disrupt the demonstration. They could have potentially been preventing somebody from having their, receiving some type of care, some medical care. Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin criticized the protest as a cheap political stunt, claiming the facility houses serious offenders like child rapers, unalivers, drug traffickers, MS-13 gang members, or known terrorists, and refuted claims about improper permitting. The protest followed a similar event days earlier, where Newark Mayor Raz Baraka was arrested for trespassing during a confrontation involving Democratic lawmakers attempting an oversight visit, highlighting ongoing tensions over the facility's operations. So this is something that's happening, guys. Here's another video of the detainees. I mean, well, not the detainees, but them trying to get in the middle of everything that was going on so that they can protest. Here is Fox News covering it. Let's see what they have to say.
Fascism's got to go. Got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fascism's got to go. Don't trash the Constitution.
All right, that's the scene in New Jersey.
Okay, so they're singing "Fascism Gots to Go," and they're linked up. They're playing a guitar. You know what I mean? Grandma, she doing her daggone thing on that guitar. Look at her, she rocking out, son. That's what I'm talking about. You got to have a guitar. Right now, I don't want to go to a protest unless I see somebody with a guitar from here on out. She set the standard. You know what I mean? I can no longer go to a protest unless somebody has a guitar. All right. All right, please do me a favor, very quick. Do me a favor, guys, because the chat has gotten a little wild for me. Could you give me one positive thing that you're thankful for inside the chat? Just one. Just name one. Anything. It'd be my dog. It could be my spork. I'm proud. I'm happy to have sporks at home. You know what I mean? Shout out to sporks. One of the most innovative and slept on and underrated tools ever created, and it was created by a black man. Yes, the spork was invented by a black man, and if you Google it and you ask Grok, then you're being racist. You're being racist. I said the spork was invented by a black man, and if anybody try to prove me wrong, you're being racist. Let me see. People are your husband. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about, Stephanie. Your cat. Trump in office. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thankful to be an American. Yes. Yes, American 12U. I'm thankful for my family. Yes, Renee. Gen X. We have so many blessings to be grateful for. Yes, we do. 1000%. Let me see what else y'all thankful for. Trump, thankful for another beautiful day. Doesn't this feel good? It feels better than going back and forth with somebody about what's racist and what's not racist. What's what we should be doing for certain immigrants and what we shouldn't be doing for who's killing who and who shouldn't be killed. Thankful for your grandchildren and your great grandchildren. That's a blessing. My 10 and 11-year-old. Yes. Yes. Thankful for my job. Yes, Kristen. I'm thankful for God's creation. Thankful for being retired. Thankful for all my dogs and my wife. Put his wife next. I'm thankful for my dogs. Oh yeah. And I'm thankful for my wife. I hope your wife sees that. So she can see that you that you put the dogs first before her. I'm thankful for butterflies. Shout out to butterflies, who are the most beautiful when they're on their way up out of here. You know what I'm noticing too? In this last video I showed y'all, you never see any American flags when it comes to these protests. You never see any American flags. These are people who are trying to protect detainees, trying to stop people from being kicked out of the country. Well, my question to you is, where's the patriotism? Where's the patriotism, guys? Like, where's the love for the country? We always see a rainbow flag and we always see a flag of your country, but your country is like, you're no longer from that country when you come here. You're American and you will follow American rules, but where's the patriotism? Show some love, man, to the nation that you want help, want to help you and your family. That's what you can do. You talking about fascism. Where's these old ladies? One of these old ladies should be holding an American flag, but neither one of them are. And I'm seeing a bunch of people on the screen, and neither one of these people on the screen have a daggone American flag. So that being said, I don't care what y'all talking about. King Mike Reloaded. Van, I do have respect, and I truly think you have a good heart. But sometimes I just think you're a bit too harsh on Black America. You want to know why I'm a bit too harsh on Black America? Why am I a bit too harsh on Black America? It's because I want us to do better. That's it. It's that simple, man. I want us to do better. I want us to be better. I want us to focus on the things that are important in life. That's what I want. That's the reason why I'm more difficult on the people that I know the most, people I grew up around, went to school with, worked with, went to church with, and praised with. All those things, man. That's why. That's it. It's that simple. Like, I think at some point, man, we need to focus on what will make us better as a people and as a culture. I think that for us to constantly move backwards economically, move backwards with regards to how we're not getting married, how we're continuing to have babies out of wedlock, how we're continuing to have more and more abortions, how we're continuing to unalive one another, how we're continuing to be more and more debaucherous in our behaviors, in our music, in our art. Like, it's at some point, I would love for us to focus on what's important and do all the great things that we know we're capable of doing. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. When I do, I acknowledge it. I do. I try to acknowledge it. I really do. But the only time we get super upset about something, and I believe that that's misdirected anger, I believe it's all false. I don't really think we're upset about what's happening. We're looking at these white immigrants come over here from Africa, the Afrikaners, and we're trying to act like we're pissed off because we're not being fair as a country. We're saying that this country is so racist and this and other. All I'm saying is the same way that these immigrants pick up and they leave to go to another country so that they can have a better life, I think that Black America, if we really feel like we're getting the short end of the stick, if we really feel like we're targeted for being Black, if we really feel like that this country is as racist as it is, then we should do the same thing that these immigrants are doing. They're getting up and they're moving to another nation that will be better than the one that they're from. That's something I'm not seeing African Americans do. I'm also not seeing I'm seeing us complain about opportunities that we're not receiving, and instead of going out there and getting, hold on one second, my baby girl calling me. What's up, baby? I mean, I ain't got no problem with it if you wanted to do it. Okay. Well, drive safe, baby. All right, baby. All right. Yeah. One thing too, I will say this, and I'm not trying to belabor the point, but I have to say this. Something I'm noticing is when Biden was in office, nobody was holding him accountable. Black America was not holding him accountable at all, unless they were Black conservatives. Those were the only people that was trying to hold him accountable. The only people. But we already know that 92% of Black America voted Democrat, voted for Kamala. Why would Black America vote for Kamala when we already know that Biden was a horrible president? Kamala was not qualified to become the president because when you talk about qualifications, I'm not talking about her being a lawyer. I'm not talking about her being a senator. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about how she represented herself. What does she know? Her knowledge? Was she able to will and deal with other countries? Did people respect her outside of this country? What does she know about the border and immigration? And the fact that Black America, 92% of us still voted for her to be the president, it shows that we were not really taking this thing seriously. We were so blinded by our own negativity and our own desire to discuss race and how many times we've been dealt a bad hand that we're not focusing on all of the positives and what we had to do in order to get to where we are. And then holding up a standard to other people who are from our culture to do the same in order for them to live the same life we're living, right? If we want to do better, we get out there and we hustle, we grind, we take care of our families, we take care of ourselves, we take care of our health and all these things. And then we teach our seeds to do the same thing. We teach our community to do the same thing to people that's within our reach. But then when we see at mass our people doing so badly, acting a fool, a complete monkey whenever we get an opportunity, we celebrate it. We make up excuses for them. Somebody go kick in the door and try to rob somebody. They get shot. And we say, well, they didn't have to shoot him. They could just let him go. They didn't have to shoot him. He was just trying to make some money to feed his family. We got people that's selling drugs and trying to break up happy families just so that they can buy some new shoes or a car or some jewelry or a new gun. But we support them and we act like it's normal. And I'm done with all of that, man. That's it. Sometimes I just get tired of it. That's it. All right. Black America, man, we be BSing. We be BSing, man. And I hope white America hold their people to account too. I'm just trying to hold us to account. That's it. That's all I want to do is hold us to account, man. But I appreciate your support. Don't get me wrong. I really appreciate your support. And thank you so much for your words too. And you have the right to believe that I am difficult on Black America. But at this point, bro, I'm difficult on my kids the same way. I don't get up here and represent something that I am not. I'm the same way with my kids. And because of that, my kids are in a position to not only take care of themselves, but potentially take care of me and their mom right now. LFR Jojo, if he wanted to, he can take care of me and his mom right now. All because of how serious I was with raising my children. All because I led by example. I didn't just say, go out there and do this and do it this way and do it that way. No, I actually led by example. There's nothing that I do or say about Black America that I don't say to my own children, that I don't say to my own wife, that I don't say to my nephews and nieces, that I wasn't saying when I was on a job working for DOD for 17 years. I represented a standard. Just is what it is. And people who represent a standard, they're going to come off as harsh. People who say, stand up straight, pull your pants up, shake hands and look me in the eyes. Those people represent a standard. And those people are a little bit more harsh to somebody who don't want to be criticized, who don't want to be corrected. When you don't want to be corrected and don't want to be criticized and you just want people to do whatever they want to do, yeah, I'm going to come off harsh. When I talk to my kids about their education and they telling me all the time about these children who don't take their education seriously, but yet they're receiving all of these grants and scholarships just to stay in school, just to be a body so that the school could get fat and their pockets could get fat. That breaks my heart, because what they don't understand is this is them having an opportunity to prepare themselves for the future. They're going to have to take care of themselves and their families that they create. So they have to take this seriously. My children, they have fun. My children, they still turn up. My children, they still listen to the music that I say is the debaucherous stuff that people shouldn't be listening to. But the thing is, they know how to separate the two. They know how to look at entertainment as entertainment, but they also know how to handle their business. They also know how to put God first. They also know how to respect their elders. They also know how to speak intelligently and represent their family when they're out and about in the world. They represent me before I even get there. That means something to me. So the same thing that I want my children to do, which is represent me before I even get in the door, I want other Black Americans to do the same. Is that too much to ask? That might come off as harsh to somebody that don't want to be corrected or don't want to, or feel like I'm not in a position to speak to them in that way. I'm not trying to speak down to anybody. I just want us all to move with a certain standard. And guess what? When we start moving with that standard, we're going to have a better life because of it. We're going to have a better quality life because of it. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We're moving backwards in a lot of ways. And we just celebrate them. Say, it's okay, baby. You're just doing what the white man put you, they put us in this position and they took this away from us and they took that away from us and we can't figure it out, which is BS, because I'm from the same neighborhoods as most of these people are from. I didn't have a father nor mother in the house to raise me. I had to go through some situations that most people can't survive. I guess I'm just a harsh person. I'm a serious person. But I'm also a person that enjoy life. And I try to make sure people around me, they enjoy life as well. Even if they are down in the dumps and they don't have what they need or they're in bad health, I try to make sure that they're smiling, that they're moving forward, that they're excited about their opportunities. I try to encourage and inspire as well and motivate as well. So yes, I can be harsh, but when I go and stand in front of high school students and I'm talking to them, I'm not trying to lift them up and hype them up. I'm being harsh. I'm telling them at this age you are right now, here's what's important. A, B, C, and D. All this stuff that you're worried about or focusing on right now is BS. Now you have an opportunity you still want to be a child. You're going to have some childish behavior. I can't stop you from that. But my job is to let you know what's around the corner so you're not surprised, so that you're prepared when you get there. And the stuff that I'm seeing in Black culture right now, I'm not proud of. I'm not. I see some things that just blow my mind. People are 13 years old getting master's degrees and all this. Some people are daggone becoming doctors at the age 17. Like we definitely have some anomalies that are doing some phenomenal things. We got this one Black kid that just now he just now came up with his own gasoline. This dude created his own gasoline from plastic and got it starting vehicles. People are creating ways to grow their hair and have longer life and whiter teeth. They're creating businesses and opportunities for other people. So there are some Black people, Black Americans, who are doing some phenomenal things. And guess what? I give them their flowers and I give them their props too. I can't give people their props and their flowers for doing great things, but then on the flip side, not give you your issue or your correction when I feel it's necessary. It's necessary to give correction when it's needed, right? And let's not lie to ourselves. And I'm still talking to Mike. Hopefully you're still here, bro. Mike, let's not lie to ourselves. You don't really care about white people. Tell the truth. You don't care about white people. You care about Black people only. And you don't see that as a problem. I'm here to tell you that that's definitely a problem because I was there before. I only cared about Black people. I didn't care about this country. I didn't care about white people at all. But how can you not care about your neighbor? How can you not care about the other people that will help you get to your next level while you help them? How can you not care about people who bled and died on the fields with our ancestors to protect our liberties? How can you not care about people who helped build this country? How can you not care about people who care about you and would die for you, but yet you're looking at their skin color and saying that we're not the same? They're not like us. And that's unfortunate. These people will be around our children, will be the teachers and doctors and lawyers and you name it around our children. How can we not love, care about, and consider other people just because they don't look like us? How come when you and I go outside, we go to a good restaurant or a show or something with our lady, we're never concerned about white people accosting us. We're never concerned about being robbed or knocking the back of the head with something and by a white person. We don't fear white people the way that Black people get up on CNN and act like we fear white people. You know that. Come on, be honest. You know that. It's us that we're looking over our shoulders for. And guess what? We're not going to give them grace if they try to mess with us. What we're going to do, we're going to handle our business. And we're going to justify it. It will be justifiable. But keep it honest. We're not fearful of the white people the way we claim we are. I spent too much time on this. But I appreciate your support, brother. I think this whole white and Black thing is just crazy, bro. At some point, we need to grow the hell up. That's just me. I just think we need to grow the hell up. All right? Just keeping it a buck. We need to grow up. Grow up. All right. So in other news, let me see here. Hold on one second, guys. All right. So the DNC Vice Chair, David Hogg, has been ousted from his position. This is him right here. Jesus. All right. So apparently he's been ousted from his position after a late night vote, despite considerable last minute lobbying from Tim Walz and James Carville. Hogg now holds the record as the shortest tenure of a vice chair of the DNC. The reason why this is important is the DNC Credentials Committee voted 13-2 with 3 abstentions to nullify the February 2025 election of David Hogg and Malcolm Kenyatta as vice chairs, citing improper parliamentary procedures, specifically a flawed tabulation process that combined 2 votes into one. The challenge was initiated by Kaylin Free, a Native American DNC member from Oklahoma who lost to Hogg in the vice chair race, alleging that the election process violated the DNC charter by discriminating against female candidates, particularly women of color, due to gender parity rules. While the vote focused on procedural errors, Hogg's plan to spend $20 million through his organization, Leaders We Deserve, to fund primary challenges against incumbent Democrats in safe blue districts has fueled tensions, with DNC Chair Ken Martin criticizing Hogg's actions as incompatible with the neutrality expected of party officers. The decision now moves to the full DNC body, which will decide whether to uphold the committee's recommendation and hold a new election for the 2 vice chair positions, potentially removing Hogg and Kenyatta from their roles. Hogg acknowledged the procedural basis of the vote, but suggested it was influenced by his push for party reform, stating that the DNC's move is an attempt to fast-track his removal, highlighting internal party debates over generational change and strategy against Trump. Ooh, Jesus. I need to go to a daggone chiropractor, man. Any suggestions, man? Because I got this daggone nerve that goes down my arm, and it only activates whenever I'm sitting upright at my computer. For some strange reason, I don't get it. Gets on my daggone nerves, man. When you look at your analytics, what race watch you the most? White people watch me the most, man. What's your point? I have a conservative base. 92% of black people are Democrats. White people. White people watch it. What's the point? I shouldn't talk like this in front of, about black people in front of white people, is what you're saying? Acupressure and acupuncture with chiropractor will help you a lot. Yeah, I need to try some of that. Yeah, man. So I think people with mostly black audiences need to do a better service to their audience. And I am reaching black people. Most of my audience on Instagram are black. And most of the people who I coach, well, that's not true. I'm not going to say most of my people I coach. But I'm not going to reach a whole bunch of black people by giving them the right information that they need. That's just not the case. But I have a conservative base. And if you can tell me one conservative base who has mostly black people watching them through their analytics, I would love to hear it. But there isn't one. 92% of us vote Democrat. So it just is what it is. But as we continue to expand, hopefully I reach everyone. I want to reach everybody in the world, bro, because I believe that it's important that we have these conversations. So at the end of the day, hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm just, God dang it. This daggone pain in the back of my arm is just getting on my nerves, guys. It really is. And you guys, I've been thrown off today. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not on my A game because this conversation with the Afrikaners, any conversation about race is just a blur. It's ridiculous, man. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It really is. It really is. And you know what, too? I choose not to be in rooms where we just constantly complain about where we aren't and what we can't do because we're black. It's the dumbest sugar honey iced tea ever. In order for me to have a bigger black supporting base, I got to do that. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm a black man raised in a black city, D.C., Washington, D.C., married a black woman whom I met at the age of 15 years old in high school in one of the worst high schools in America. Go ahead and Google Ballou High School. As a matter of fact, do yourself one better. Google Ballou High School on 4th and MLK in 1996, in 1993, 1994, 1995, the years I was there, and see what was happening during those times. Not only was I in those schools, but I was outside, man. I was a YN. I was one of the people who liked getting in trouble. I liked to fight. I like to take stuff from people. And I even had stuff taken from me because karma is real. That's just a part of the game. I lost friends while in high school. I lost friends while in middle school. I went to a middle school where people were shooting inside of the schools, inside of the school. And it wasn't on the news. This was the neighborhoods. I was from a forgotten neighborhood, man. I'm from all of that. But whenever I go to somewhere, a restaurant, a bar, a barbershop, a church, anywhere, and I'm around people that's from where I'm from, all they want to damn do is complain about not having a good life or being headed to a bad situation because we got a racist president and we got this. Nigga, do you not know about Biden? So you mean to tell me that I got to lie and act like Biden was a great president in order to have a black support? Let me tell you something. I can do what the amazing Lucas is doing right now. I can poop on everything that white America does, and I can have a black fan base like pow. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about it. Why? Because I'm a content creator. I was thinking about it. I really was. I was thinking about, Van, you know what? Bro, you should switch it up. Just for the fun of it. Just switch it up. Instead of supporting Trump, support the Democrats. And I can have a black fan base like that. I can do what Jasmine Crockett do. I can sugar honey iced tea all over white America if I want to and have a black fan base like that. I can complain about everything America does to black people and have a black fan base quick. Because that's what they do. That's all they do. Every new song that come out, I still know it. Every new hand dance or line dance that come out, I know how to do them. When I go to the parties and I'm in the mix, I'm Gucci. When I go around the way, I'm good. But I'm not about to kiss no black people ass for no black fan base. That's not about to happen. And I'm not about to lie to myself. My wife voted for Kamala. My children are upset because the black president didn't win. Well, not all of my children. Half of my children. Half of the children are, half of the children aren't. But that's their prerogative. I don't care. That's their life. Like, come on, man. This right here is so foolish, bro. Like, I'm being serious. There are content creators out there who fake it just for the black fan base. And I can do that effortlessly if I wanted to. But I'm not. Because that's not true to me. Just like Jasmine Crockett. There's nothing about her mannerisms that's true to her. But guess what? She has a black fan base. And black people love her. They can't wait for her to one day run for president. Why? Why are you waiting for her to run for president? And in her current job, she's not successful at anything she does. Her job is to get some laws passed for the embetterment of this country. And guess what? How many laws have she gotten passed? I can go the Roland Martin way. But Roland Martin, this brother, I watched a video of him talking about Diddy and all this other stuff. He's talking about the Diddy trial. And the whole time, instead of him holding Diddy accountable for what Diddy did, all he want to point out to his black fan base is that white people also do it, and white people have gotten away with it. So what are we talking about here? That's all he does. So I much rather hold us accountable than to give us a pass for doing stuff like drugging and graping women and men. Do I have to do that? Maybe I can put out a rap album. I can rap. I can sing. Anybody who followed me, well, that's what I used to do. I built a studio in my house. I was producing artists inside of my house before we moved to this one. I was in all of that. So having a black fan base does not say anything. What's the point of that? I can have that. This is where it's uncomfortable. This is where you start to realize things that you never thought before, right? You start to understand people that you didn't even give a damn about before. This is how the change is made, in my opinion. What has Barack done for black people? So at the end of the day, man, so you see this, we can start pointing out all these white people that done this, that, and the other, but yet they're trying to come down on Diddy. Give a damn about Diddy. Diddy don't give a damn about you. Diddy don't care about you. Oprah don't care about you. Barack don't care about you. Barack cared less about the immigrants than Trump did. But guess what? They hold him up as a hero. But when Trump does it, he's racist and he's fascist. That's disingenuous. But guess what? I can do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I can get onto my amazing Lucas bag and start to just poop on white America. And guess what? People will be right here like, yeah, I'm glad you back on outside, bro. Let them have it. Yeah, I can do that. But what's the point? What's the point, man? I much rather get up on my platform and represent myself and what I stand for. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? Just like we got all this stuff coming out where Carmelo, what's his name? Carmelo Anthony, he unalives Austin Metcalf, right? And then you have Shiloh Hendricks, who's calling a little black boy the N-word over and over and over again. Carmelo Anthony raises $600,000 in support to defend him and make sure he doesn't serve any jail time. Shiloh Hendricks raises almost $1 million for calling somebody an N-word and having her life ruined, being doxxed and losing her opportunities because freedom of speech is not a real thing in this country. We already know that, right? I think Shiloh Hendricks shouldn't have raised a penny, because when we make decisions like that, we got to eat them. We got to deal with them. I've said that many times, but guess what? My own supporters don't support that. My own supporters believe that Shiloh Hendricks should be able to say whatever she wants to say, especially the N-word that black people celebrate all the damn time. And we really aren't hurt when somebody says it, but we feel disrespected when somebody that's not our color says it around us or to us. And now we feel like we have a right to fight. So it's just so much fakery going on. It blows my freaking mind, bro. It actually gives me a headache. Like, I get tired of talking about it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Being conservative is not a political party. Republican or Dems parties aren't conservative. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Being conservative is actually a lifestyle. This is a way of living. There's a way of living. And most of us, if we'll be honest, are extremely conservative. At one point, we were very liberal with how we treated ourselves and treated others. We were very liberal with our money. We would spend frivolously, not even caring about what dollar goes here, what dime goes there. But over the years, when we started working and paying taxes and attaining properties and investments and whatnot, assets, we became conservative over the things that we cared about. We became conservative with the lights in the home. We make sure that if we're not in the room, we cut off the light. That's being conservative. We make sure that if we're not using the water, we cut it off. That's being conservative. Like, we don't overuse things. We're conserving. That's just what it is. The older we get, we become more conservative. We care more about the things that we should care about. But the liberals, they're still liberal about everything. Everybody should do this. Everybody should be whatever they want to be. Everybody should. We shouldn't hold anybody accountable. They should be able to be treated the way everybody is treated. Everybody should get the same opportunities, even if they don't work for it, even if they don't earn it. Just because they're Black, they should get more opportunities, actually, because they didn't put themselves in the projects. They didn't put themselves in a bad situation. They are not holding themselves back. They didn't give themselves an education that they don't understand. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. Giving ourselves so many daggone excuses to not achieve. That's liberals. Like, that makes no sense to me. I'm in the mindset that you get what you work for. You get what you earn. And if I sit down and I teach my kids that, why wouldn't I have the same energy for the rest of the world? That's me being consistent. And I believe that most people who claim that they are liberal are far more conservative than they choose to admit. They just want to turn away and act like they don't support it or act like they separating from it. Knowing good and well they support debaucherous behavior all the time. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know people who are more conservative than me, but still vote liberally because vote as a liberal because they believe that this will help our people. I'm like, what? Stupid. It's dumb. Being as liberal as we was, bringing all of these damn immigrants over here and giving them all of the opportunities that everybody else in America wanted and worked for and have earned. That wasn't right for the country at all. At all. But when Trump does it, it's bad. When Bill Clinton and Obama does it, it's great. When they started going get people and getting people up out of here, when they start getting rid of whole departments in the U.S. government, in the federal government, when they become presidents, it's not a big deal then. When they start creating their own departments to do certain things, it's not a big deal then. But when Trump does it, it's bad. He's a dictator. It's those things right there. That's why I'm trying to be an equalizer. That's it. I'm trying to be an equalizer, man. But actually, I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to be myself. And naturally, I'm an equalizer. Some people just don't like that. But what I'm better at, I will say this, what I am absolutely better at than I am at content creation is being a coach. I'm becoming better at being a coach. All right. And if you are looking to do YouTube content creation, holla at me, man. Get the course that's inside the very first link inside the descriptions. And if you want to save some time and you want a machine behind you, you just want to sit down, do your videos, and then, you know what I mean, then have somebody else chop them up, edit them, do the thumbnails, and upload them for you, then holla at me with the acronym VIP. We're actually building a media company, and it's going well. It's going well. I'm very proud of it. So, yeah. And I do still support black businesses, and I support white businesses, but I support black businesses specifically for being black businesses because I'm still like 15% Democrat. I'm still for the culture. Every Friday, I still listen to all of the new rap and R&B that came out. Every Friday. My wife, no, I'm taking the ride. We taking the ride. I'm about to check out some stuff. See what's out there. So yeah, I still try to show my support, man. You know what I mean? You still got to be who you are. Ah, gracious. And anyone who has a problem with other cultures, man, that's your business. I'm not holding you accountable for that. Like, I'm not forcing you to like black people, just like I'm not forcing black people to like white people. I don't care if you like white people. I don't care if white people like black people. I don't care about none of that. What I care is about most is that we treat God people the way that God wants us to treat his people. And that's with love. That's it. Can we do that? Can we care about each other? Can we help each other out? Can we communicate with each other responsibly and respectfully? Can we do that? Can we at least try to be fair? Because this world is not fair, but we can at least try to be. Right? But we're not. We're not at all. What CNN is talking about right now just shows me that they're not fair at all. Not one bit. But their job is to point out inconsistencies. Their job is to point out things that that the administration that's currently in office is doing that we once held the last administration to account for. So if we held Biden to account for something, they will hold Trump to account for something. And I need for you all to expect that. Not only should you expect it, but encourage it. You ain't got to watch CNN, but that's what they do. They are trying to be an equalizer. So, yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this morning, the morning Vantage today. Make sure you share this bad boy, like this bad boy. I appreciate you guys for pulling up per usual. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And thank you everyone for participating inside the chat. And make sure you tell people about the morning Vantage. Okay. If you're listening in your car or at work or at home, I want y'all to continue to do that on a daily basis so we can push this forward. Also, guys, I want to create something that you all appreciate, that you're all excited to be a part of. So if you have any criticisms or critiques or ratings, put that inside the comment. I want to know so we can make some corrections so that we can be booming and do something great that you all love. All right. Love y'all. See you on the next one. And thank you so much for the super chat, Quincy. It says, Van, how often do you tussle within yourself about supporting the culture? Hip hop is violence. Most hip hop is not, well, some hip hop is not violence, but I tap into the 15-year-old me, 16, 17, 18, 25-year-old me. And that part of me is still alive and well. All right. But that part of me also have a different appetite. And that appetite is for the energy that comes from hip hop culture. Am I moving away from it? Yeah, I am. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I am. Like, I don't learn music anymore. I don't learn songs or lyrics nearly as much as I used to. But I do want to, these young kids that are coming up, they don't understand that they're a part of a machine that's taking advantage of them. They don't understand that they're part of a country that's allowing them to unalive themselves, and they're part of a culture that will continue to support them unaliving one another. Like, I understand that, but it's not really a struggle. My struggle is more with trying to represent who I am fully, which is a conservative, a Black conservative, and being able to openly communicate about that to people who look like me in public, because whenever people start complaining about what's happening in this country, and then they start to get a whole bunch of other people inside of wherever we are, the restaurant, wherever we are, to like back them up with it, like I'm quiet because I'm the only person in the room that, in my opinion, know the truth. I'm like, okay, y'all are having such a bad life right now, but you're still at the same restaurant with me spending money. You still pulled up in a nice, beautiful car that's way more pricey than somebody who is not doing well in life. You're probably about to go home to a big old house the same way I am, but you're complaining about this country. Okay, feel free, go ahead. So I toil with that. That's what I toil with, because I still know so many people, my family, my friends, majority of them voted Democrat. They vote Democrat, and they're doing well in life, but they're always very vocal about their concerns for this country. Those are the things I toil with, to be honest with you. I don't tussle with being able to support Black businesses and support Black artists the way that I do. I still support Black businesses and Black artists, and I have no issue with it, because I know that they won't always be that way. I know that they won't always be what they're claiming to be, because most of them are faking. They're faking in their music. Most of these youngers that's doing music about being gangsters and all this, they're faking. They just doing what they know sells. Like King Mike said before, what does your analytics say that your followers and supporters are? They're white. They're white. I ain't up here doing nothing that's popular to Black culture. I ain't talking about something that's popular to Black culture. But if I do it, I'm certain I can get me some Black culture over here real quick. And I'm very well versed in how we speak and how we communicate through music and through just regular conversations. So I can do it. It's just that that's not who I am. That's not where I am in life. Although a great majority of my family, friends, everybody that I know and love, they're still on that side. And then when you talk to them, they're extremely conservative, but they just bought into the mindset that white America is against us. And they will continue to push that narrative. And I can't. I just can't, man. But you're right, though. Hip hop is debaucherous, and hip hop shouldn't be supported the way it is. And I probably shouldn't support hip hop either, but I do, because I still have my habits, just like smoking weed. You know what I mean? I still have things that I know is not good for me, and I still participate in it. I still sip whiskey every now and again, or some tequila from time to time. I know that's not good for my for what I'm trying to do physically, but do I still do it? Yes. So there's a bunch of things that I toil with, but it is what it is. That's just part of being a human being. On a daily basis, we're going to toil with something if we are a conscious people. You know what I mean? So, I do have a soul and a spirit, so I will go through my own stuff. But God said in 1 Corinthians 10:13, there have no temptations taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, and he will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are capable, but will provide a door to escape so that you will be able to bear it. That being said, nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. And God won't put anything on me that I can't bear, but I'm still allowed to go through the things that I go through, how I go through the things I go through, right? At my own speed. And my fate will be my fate. It will be my own. But guess what? I'm ready for it, whatever the case may be, because I earned it. Good or bad, I earned it. And that's what I'm trying to put across to the rest of this country, especially people who look like me. Good or bad, you earned it. You earned it. All right. So, yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat, Quincy, and for the words. I appreciate you. Puff, puff, pass. Don't hide it, divide it. State laws. Shane, you wow. Much love to you guys, man. And continue to enjoy the streams and share the streams. I appreciate you guys for being so dope. And I will see y'all on the next live stream. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.